Hello, it's Lord Slaw here, and isn't Doctor Who just stupid sometimes? Yeah, it's our favourite programme, but sometimes it goes mental. Sometimes you really wonder what was going through these writers' brains. Were they constrained for time? Are they mad? Do they need psychiatric help? Who knows? But today we're counting down the top 5 stupidest episodes of Doctor Who for one reason or another. That's not necessarily to say it's a bad thing. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's just so bad, it's perfect because it's mad. And why not? Why not have that sometimes? But also, why have that sometimes? Because just sometimes it just really is painful. Sometimes it isn't. But let's just count down the top 5. So at number 5 we have the Underwater Menace. What the fuck was Jeffrey Orm smoking? I mean, seriously, this is bonkers. Completely mad. Every moment of it, apart from episode 3, which is weirdly good. But episodes 1, 2, and 4 are completely mad, bonkers, crazy from start to finish. I mean, like, for one, it's Atlantis, which I'm sure it sounds like a decent idea for Doctor Who, but it's weird. It's really weird. It's really mad the way it's set up. You've got it's as if it's actually been written by Professor Zaroff, who's probably the most generic mad scientist in all of Doctor Who. I mean, his literal aim is just to blow up the world for the achievement, and it's like it's mad. And that's not the only mad part. You got like the fish people. I mean, what the hell's going on there? Just do I need to go into any more detail? I mean, it's kind of doing the story an injustice trying to explain how stupid and mad and bonkers the episode is. Go watch it because it's so stupid, so ridiculous. It's one hell of a fun time, and I'd recommend it any day, especially at the beginning of season 4 because Troughton's performance was a little more crazy and out there at that point. But yeah, at number 5, it's the Underwater Menace. So at number 4, we have The Creature from the Pit. So when Douglas Adams is your script editor, something a little oddball is bound to happen at some point, and David Fisher's Creature from the Pit is definitely that one. I mean, the monster in this is a big green blob. Yeah, a big green blob, like, the kind of thing a 5-year-old draws and says that's his alien that he's made himself, well, he's not even the villain. Like, it's quite an interesting episode, in fact, that he's not a villain. Well, anyway, but it's almost kind of funny in a really almost macabre way because what happens is in this world when somebody does something against the law, they throw them in the pit, and then the creature kills them. But it doesn't mean to because on its planet they communicate by rolling over each other, and so this big green blob accidentally kills people by rolling on them trying to communicate. And that's the plot of the story. That's mad. That's bonkers. That's stupid. You see, this one again, like Underwater Menace, it's just so mad. It's fun. But on the side note, the Doctor gives the big green blob a blowjob. I mean, that was a penis. He put his mouth around it. He put his ear in it. Then he tapped it, and it was most certainly a cock. And that is the picture which is going to be up right now, future me, who's editing this, because just everything, it's mad. It really is mad, and, even if it's just for the moment where the Doctor gives it a little nosh, I would still recommend go and have a little watch. So at number 3, we have Fear Her. I mean, wow. A lot of people are going to say this is a painful episode, although I personally don't think so. It's incredibly awful, sure, but like Underwater Menace, but maybe to a lesser extent, it's so stupid. It's a fun watch. Like, I mean, let me tell you this. The monster of the story, the monster which jumps out of the garage and attacks Rose, do you know what it is? You probably know what it is, but if you don't know, do you want to know what it is? A fucking scribble that's come to life. A scribble! The scribble monster in Doctor Who. Just take that in. Screw the rest of the story. I mean, I don't care that it's out of context. Just throw the rest of the story away and just think, in a Doctor Who episode, like, not even, like, some corny stuff from the 60s, even though the 60s is my favourite year. This is 2006 Doctor Who. The Scribble Monster. The Scribble Monster. I mean, the whole idea is stupid in the first place, don't get me wrong, but why do I need to talk about that? It's been completely top trumped by, let me repeat that, the Scribble Monster in Doctor Who. The Scribble Monster! I mean, just, that's all we need. I mean, that alone warrants it being on this list. I don't need to talk about how dumb the rest of the episode is because of the fucking Scribble Monster, okay? The Scribble Monster. That's all you need to know. That's Fear Her, in a nutshell. The Scribble Monster jumps out, kills Rose. Well, it doesn't kill Rose, but I wish it did. And that's why it's at number 3. At number 2, we have The Wedding of River's Song. So unlike the other ones on this list, this one's definitely more painful, and so is number 1. And so is the honourable mention, actually. That's kind of why they're higher up on the list, aside from the honourable mention, because they're actually painful rather than just being completely bonkers. So, let me get this straight. Because River didn't kill the Doctor and it changed time, this all of a sudden means that the world has a monorail going around an ancient Roman temple where Winston Churchill is the emperor and Matt Smith has a beard. Why, though? That doesn't make sense. That's not logic. I mean, what? I mean, I can't really remember much from The Wedding for a Song, I'll give you that. Maybe there is a reason for all this, but I'm not going back to rewatch that episode because I remember that part, and I don't think it was explained, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it was explained, and how? It makes no sense. It's completely stupid, and that is an awful, awful, awful episode of Doctor Who, which I never recommend you see. It's stupid, yes, but not in the entertaining way, just in there. Why would you do this way? So we have an honourable mention before we come to number 1, and that is Closing Time. One of the episodes that I hate the most. It really grates against me. I mean, I'm not a fan of what's he called, the Lodger person. I forgot his fucking name. Craig, that's it. I'm not a fan of his character, but even though I think the Lodger's bad, I don't mind it because it's inoffensive. It's tucked away. I never have to watch it again. It doesn't affect my viewing of Doctor Who. This one does. I don't know why it does. I mean, for a start, why would the Sidemen in the department store? But aside from that, aside from that childish nonsense, how do you think the Sidemen are defeated? How do you think they're defeated? Does the Doctor manage to stop them? Does he manage to use some kind of clever trick, clever trap to blow them up or send them away or get them trapped in the vortex? Nope. You want to know how he stops Craig from being converted into a Cyberman? The power of love. That is how Craig unconverts from a Cyberman. Just leaves the suit because the power of love. Do I need to go on? No, I don't, because I don't want to. Because so far I've been having one hell of a time making this video because it's been funny to rant about the stupid moments, but this one's just depressing to show how low the Cybermen can go at this point. I mean, in my opinion, they haven't been good since the 60s, and even though I love Earthshocks, it's like one of my favourite episodes, I will admit the Cybermen aren't done quite at their best in it, but I'd rather Double David Banks comes round to my house and screams excellent emotionally in my ear for every waking second than have the new Who Cybermen get defeated by the power of love and the magic wand that we have to call the sonic screwdriver. Screw this. Screw this. Screw Closing Time. Damn it. Just damn it to hell. I don't care where it goes, but it's far away from me. I can't believe I had to rewatch this episode. Like, I'd forgotten about it. I watched it when it broadcast, and I'd forgotten about it. And it was on BBC Three, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the Cyberman episode. I don't remember what happened in it. And I watched it, and I hated it, like, so much. It was vile. It was grotesque, and I will never watch it again as long as I live, because the bile it brings out in me is so intense. I need to shut up now, because Closing Time really gets on my fucking nerves. So, at number 1, we have yet another painful one. Kill the Moon. Peter Harness, I do not like how you write. I really don't. He's written 2 stories with Doctor Who so far. The first one being Kill the Moon, the second one being the Zygon Invasion / Inversion. Zygon Invasion / Inversion's one for another day. I think the Zygons are misused, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad episode, and I do quite like the speech, but it's just not very good. Kill the Moon, however, I mean, it suffers from, the same fate as, like, the main downside of both episodes is the fact of how fucking preachy it is. But let's just ignore that for a moment and actually look at it as a Doctor Who episode and forget any kind of subliminal message it's trying to send. So you're trying to tell me the scientifically analysed piece of rock that floats around above us, that we know is a piece of rock, is a space dragon egg? No, it isn't. That's mad. No. It's stupid. It's stupid to say that the fucking moon, which is a rock, that we know is a rock, isn't it? I mean, I know Doctor Who sometimes does stuff which, obviously wouldn't happen, but at least it's somewhere out of the realms of where we can prove that. This is something which is sitting right up there, has been observed, has been analysed by scientists. It's not an egg. Where do these spiders come from? How did Neil Armstrong not get his face ripped off by a spider when he first landed on the moon? And Buzz Aldrin as well, because nobody ever mentions him. But I did just there, so as Buzz, I'm with you, bro. But no, it's not a space egg. There's no parasitic spiders which look crap CGI, and just there were so many other plot holes and inconsistencies in the episode. I could probably go on for a very long time about how bad Kill the Moon is. I can't believe I didn't mind it when I first watched it. I thought, well, it wasn't very good, but I can cope. No, it's actually a festering piece of fecal matter which I do not want to see anywhere near me ever again. Although I would sooner watch it than Closing Time, it's still completely stupid. The most stupid episode of Doctor Who. That is why it is at number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice day, and see you back next time for another goddamn video.